Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Zach. Welcome back to another Java programming video. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a function. First, I'm going to start with declaring some variables in main. And just to keep it simple for today, I'm going to use integers. Now, I'm going to create the calling statement after creating a comment describing what it's going to do within main. Now, I'm going to create a calling statement to the function that will do the calculation. But first, I'm going to start with a comment describing what it will do. Now, this is how you're going to call a function in main. For one, I'm going to create the variable that's going to hold the value of which that's going to return from the function. So I'm going to do int, I'm going to do calculated value equal sign. I'm going to name it calculated value. I'm going to name it calculate value. And I'm going to pass variable 1 and variable 2 as arguments. And I'm going to put a semicolon to finish. Now, with this value right here, this is the value that is going to hold the returned value from the function, which will be shown here in a minute. You can also take this int out here. You can declare it like this. Now, this variable will be declared as int, but to save some time, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put int out front of it. And there we go. Now I'm going to create the function header outside of main. Now, the calculated value is going to be an int data type. So what this means is, instead of putting void here as you normally would for a module, what you're going to do is you're going to put int. This right here will be the return data type. In this case, it's integer. Now I'm going to create the function name called calculate value, and I'm going to pass the arguments to it as I have a couple of videos ago. Don't forget that the argument names passed need to be different from the ones in main, which would be variable 1 and variable 2. For these, I'm going to call them variable value 1 and variable value 2. Open bracket, close bracket. Now I'm going to create a comment describing the calculation. First, I'm going to declare the variable that is going to hold the calculated value to then be returned. Now I'm going to create a comment and do the calculation within this line of code. Done with the comment, feel free to pause the video and read it. Now I'm going to do return. Return is very important, and it's also very literal. This value that's going to be after this, let me type it out real quick. Now I'm going to show the logic as to how to multiply the variable value 1 and variable value 2 together. The asterisk right here means multiply, and now this statement is going to return this value, calculated value, after doing this operation here, which right here is calculating, again, variable value 1 and variable value 2. Once that is calculated, it will return that, it will set that value here, and then this statement here will return the value back up to the calling statement, which I will now create in main. First, I'm going to start with a comment. Now, for good practice, we're actually going to create a module real quick, but I'm not going to show how to do that since that is a video I have already made. So, I'll do that real quick. Open bracket, close bracket. Okay, now I've created the module header in main. Now I've created the module calling statement in main along with a comment, and I've also now created the module itself down outside of main, which should display the calculated value. So as I've already tested here, it does work. So if you hit F5 to compile, F2 to run, the calculated value is 6, which is correct. 2 times 3 equals 6. That value is then returned back up to this variable here, which is calculated value. This variable now stores that value of 6, and then that value of 6 is then passed to the module calling statement in main, which is right here. This is technically 6, the value of 6 at the moment, then passed from there into the module, and that is then displayed here. The calculated value is the calculated value, which is the number 6, as it now shows here. The calculated value is 6. Functions are really freaking cool, and they're really useful. So in the future, this is exactly how we're going to create our programs together. Anyways, guys, I'm out for the night. Have a good one. I'll see you on the next one.